Why do some people achieve their goals while others quit after a few days? It's not luck, talent, or even motivation. It's consistency. The ability to show up every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter the circumstances. But let's be honest, staying consistent is hard. That's why you must train yourself to do it, even when you don't want to. In this audiobook, you'll learn how to break excuses, push through resistance, and develop the mindset of unshakable discipline. If you're ready to stop starting over and finally stick to your goals, let's begin. Chapter 1. When you focus on consistency, you make progress even on bad days. Motivation tells you to quit when things feel difficult, but consistency keeps you moving forward. Even if you're only making small steps, those steps add up. Showing up every day, even at 50% effort, is better than only showing up when you feel 100%. Successful people understand that repetition leads to mastery. The best musicians practice their craft daily, even when they don't feel inspired. The best athletes train their bodies every day, even when they don't feel strong. Greatness is built on what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. Motivation gives you a spark, but consistency gives you results. Think of motivation as lighting a match. It burns bright, but fades fast. Consistency is like building a fire that keeps burning no matter what. If you want lasting success, you need more than just sparks. You need discipline. Another advantage of consistency is that it eliminates decision fatigue. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to waste energy deciding whether to do it. You don't question it, you just do it. This saves mental energy and makes it easier to stay productive. Consistency also creates identity change. When you consistently do something, you don't just develop a habit. You become that type of person. If you read every day, you're no longer just someone who tries to read. You are a reader. If you exercise consistently, you don't just try to work out. You are an athlete. Your habits shape your identity. The key to building consistency is removing the need for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect timing, or the perfect energy level. Start showing up no matter what. Make it a rule. I do this, no matter how I feel. Once you stop relying on motivation, you become unstoppable. Consistency beats motivation because it makes success inevitable. If you keep showing up, improving a little every day and refusing to quit, you will get results. It's not a question of if, it's a matter of when. Make consistency your superpower, and you'll never have to rely on motivation again. Chapter 2. Breaking the cycle of procrastination. Procrastination is the silent killer of success. It tricks you into thinking you have more time, that you'll start tomorrow, or that waiting until you feel ready is the right choice. But tomorrow never comes. If you want to achieve anything great, you must break the cycle of procrastination, starting now. The first step to overcoming procrastination is understanding why you do it. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's a response to fear, self-doubt, or overwhelm. When a task feels too big, too uncertain, or too uncomfortable, your brain seeks escape. It distracts you with social media, TV, or anything else that gives instant gratification. But those distractions only delay your success. To stop procrastinating, you must reduce resistance. The bigger and scarier a task seems, the more likely you are to put it off. Instead of focusing on the entire task, break it into small, manageable steps. Start with just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll work on this for 5 minutes, and if I want to stop after that, I can. Most of the time, just starting eliminates the mental resistance, and you end up working longer. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The more you take action, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep going. Stop thinking, start doing. One of the biggest reasons for procrastination is perfectionism. You don't start because you fear not doing it perfectly, but waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan is just another form of avoidance. Perfectionism is procrastination in disguise. Instead, aim for progress, not perfection. Done is better than perfect. Set a deadline, even if it's artificial. When a task has no deadline, your brain assumes you have unlimited time, which leads to procrastination. Create urgency by setting personal deadlines. Give yourself a time limit, tell someone about it, or schedule it in your calendar. Eliminate distractions before you start. If your phone, notifications, or background noise are pulling your attention away, take control. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs, and create a distraction-free environment. The fewer temptations you have, the easier it is to stay focused. One powerful trick to overcome procrastination is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, break it into a small task that you can complete in 2 minutes. Small actions reduce mental barriers and make it easier to keep going. Another method is accountability. Tell someone about your goal and ask them to check in on your progress. When someone else is expecting results, you're more likely to follow through. Public commitment increases accountability. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you think. Surround yourself with people who take action. If your friends and colleagues are driven and disciplined, their habits will influence you. If they procrastinate, you're more likely to do the same. Choose your surroundings wisely. Procrastination thrives on excuses. I'll do it later. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. These excuses keep you stuck. Challenge them by asking yourself, what's the worst that will happen if I start now? Most of the time, your fear is irrational. The only real consequence of procrastination is wasted time. Visualize the consequences of inaction. If you continue procrastinating, where will you be in a year? How will you feel? What opportunities will you have missed? Contrast this with the rewards of taking action today. Use this visualization to push yourself forward. Procrastination weakens your self-trust. Every time you delay, you teach yourself that you can't be relied on. But when you start taking action, even in small ways, you rebuild trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are disciplined and capable. Create a system, not just a goal. A goal is the result you want. A system is the process that gets you there. Instead of saying, I want to write a book, set a system. I will write for 30 minutes every morning. Systems eliminate the need for motivation and make action automatic. Turn tasks into habits. The more often you do something, the less mental energy it takes. Build consistency by making your actions part of your daily routine. When something becomes automatic, procrastination disappears. Reward yourself for taking action. Your brain loves rewards. After completing a task, give yourself a small reward, a break, a favorite snack, or anything that reinforces positive behavior. This strengthens the habit of taking action. Remind yourself that perfection isn't required. Starting is. Every expert was once a beginner. Every great success story started with someone taking the first imperfect step. Your job is not to be perfect, it's to begin. In the end, procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. The secret is to stop thinking about doing it and just start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation. Start now. Chapter 3. Training your mind for daily discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Without it, dreams remain just dreams. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. The good news? Discipline is a skill. It can be trained, built, and strengthened. The first step in training your mind for discipline is making a decision. You must decide that no matter how you feel, no matter the circumstances, you will commit to taking action. Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action regardless of the situation. Winners act based on commitment, not emotions. Create a clear why behind your goals. Discipline is much easier to maintain when you have a strong reason for your actions. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? How will my life change if I stay disciplined? What will happen if I don't? A strong enough why eliminates excuses. Start with small daily commitments. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Instead of overwhelming yourself with huge goals, start small and stay consistent. Even a simple habit, like waking up at the same time every day, or setting a 5-minute rule for a task, reinforces your ability to follow through. Remove distractions before they control you. Your environment plays a massive role in your discipline. If your phone, social media, or other temptations are constantly in front of you, they will drain your focus. Set up your space for success. Remove distractions and make it easier to stay disciplined. Developing self-discipline means mastering your thoughts. Your mind will always try to convince you to take the easy path. It will say, "You can do it later," or "You don't feel like it right now." Recognize these thoughts as obstacles and instead train yourself to act despite them. Turn discipline into an identity. Instead of saying, "I need to be more disciplined," say, "I am a disciplined person." Your identity shapes your actions. When you truly believe you are a disciplined person, you start making decisions that align with that belief. Discipline isn't something you do, it's who you are. Use the 5-second rule. Whenever you feel resistance to taking action, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. This technique disrupts hesitation and forces you to take immediate action before your mind creates an excuse. Develop self-control by delaying gratification. Train your mind to resist instant rewards in favor of long-term success. The ability to say no to short-term pleasure in exchange for long-term gain is a hallmark of high achievers. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your willpower. Track your progress. Keep a journal, checklist, or habit tracker to measure your consistency. Seeing tangible evidence of your efforts builds confidence and reinforces your commitment. Progress is motivation in itself. Hold yourself accountable. When no one is watching, discipline is tested. Champions don't need someone else to push them. They push themselves. However, if you struggle, find an accountability partner who checks in on your progress. Knowing that someone else expects you to follow through increases your chances of success. Master the art of self-talk. What you say to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not disciplined," or "I always procrastinate," your mind will believe it. Instead, reprogram your thoughts. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. I follow through on my commitments. I am disciplined and consistent. I do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel. Eliminate decision fatigue. The more choices you have to make, the harder it becomes to stay disciplined. Simplify your daily routines. Prepare your meals in advance. Set up a morning ritual, or create a schedule that removes unnecessary decisions. Discipline thrives when your environment supports automatic action. Make it easy to start. If a task feels overwhelming, break it down into the smallest possible step. Want to exercise? Just put on your workout clothes. Want to write? Just open your laptop. Once you start, momentum takes over. Reward your discipline. While discipline requires sacrifice, it's important to celebrate your wins. Rewards reinforce positive behavior and make discipline a habit you enjoy rather than something you dread. Acknowledge your progress and keep going. Don't rely on feelings, rely on systems. Emotions fluctuate, but a strong system ensures consistency. Create a structured plan for your goals and stick to it, even when motivation disappears. Train yourself to embrace discomfort. Growth and comfort cannot exist together. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it becomes. Discipline means doing the hard things when others quit. Stop negotiating with yourself. Champions don't argue with their own excuses, they override them. When your mind says, "Just skip it today," answer back, "No, this is who I am. I show up every day." Build a morning routine that sets the tone for success. The way you start your day determines your mindset. Establish habits that create momentum: exercise, meditation, goal setting, or reading. A strong morning routine builds discipline from the moment you wake up. Adopt a no-excuses mentality. Winners don't make excuses, they find solutions. Train yourself to solve problems instead of avoiding them. Discipline means taking full responsibility for your success. You are in control. Conclusion: discipline is not about punishment, it's about freedom. When you train your mind to be disciplined, you gain control over your actions, emotions, and results. You become the kind of person who doesn't need motivation. You simply do what's necessary. Train yourself to be disciplined, and success becomes inevitable. Chapter 4. How to push through resistance. Resistance is the invisible force that tries to stop you from taking action. It's that voice in your head that whispers, "Not today," or the feeling of hesitation that keeps you from starting something important. Resistance shows up as fear, doubt, procrastination, or even exhaustion. But here's the truth: the bigger the goal, the stronger the resistance. The key to success is learning how to push through it. The first step to overcoming resistance is recognizing it for what it is: a test. Resistance is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that what you're about to do actually matters. Your brain tries to keep you safe by avoiding discomfort, but growth only happens when you push past that discomfort. Action kills resistance. The longer you hesitate, the stronger resistance becomes. The best way to weaken it is to move immediately. Don't wait to feel ready. Start before you're ready. Even the smallest action in the right direction can break through the mental block and get you moving. Resistance is strongest at the beginning. Once you start, it weakens. Think about exercising. Getting out the door is often the hardest part, but once you begin, you usually feel fine. Train yourself to push through the initial resistance, and you'll gain momentum. A powerful trick to beat resistance is reducing the size of the task. If a goal feels overwhelming, your mind will resist it. Instead of thinking, "I need to write a book," think, "I need to write one sentence." Instead of, "I have to work out for an hour," think, "I'll do 5 minutes." Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. Discomfort is not a reason to stop. Resistance often comes disguised as fatigue, distraction, or boredom. But champions push through discomfort because they understand this truth. Your mind will quit before your body actually needs to. Most of the time, you have more energy, focus, and strength left than you think. Make a habit of doing things when you don't feel like it. If you only take action when it's easy, you'll never reach your full potential. The people who succeed are the ones who work even when they're tired, even when they're uninspired, even when they're uncertain. They train themselves to act despite resistance. Remove all possible distractions. Resistance thrives when you allow distractions to take over. If your phone, social media, or background noise keeps pulling your attention away, take control of your environment. A distraction-free space makes it easier to focus and reduces the temptation to procrastinate. Use the 5-second rule. The moment you feel resistance, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Take action before your mind talks you out of it. This simple trick forces you to break hesitation and move before resistance builds up. Visualize the consequences of giving in to resistance. Ask yourself, what will happen if I keep avoiding this? What opportunities will I miss? How will I feel in a month if I don't push through? When the pain of inaction becomes stronger than the discomfort of taking action, you'll break through resistance. Change your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I always find a way. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, tell yourself, I'm strong enough to handle this. Your mind listens to what you tell it. Train it to believe in your ability to push through. Create a no-negotiation rule. Champions don't argue with their own excuses. When they set a goal, they commit to it without questioning it every day. Make certain actions non-negotiable, whether it's working out, writing, or practicing a skill. Decide once, and don't let resistance talk you out of it. Use rewards to keep yourself going. Resistance can be beaten by making the process enjoyable. Set up small rewards for completing tasks. It could be as simple as taking a break, listening to music, or treating yourself after a productive session. The brain responds well to positive reinforcement, so use it to your advantage. Remember why you started. When resistance feels overwhelming, reconnect with your deeper purpose. Why did you set this goal? What are you trying to achieve? Who will benefit from your success? Keeping your purpose front and center will give you the strength to push forward, even when your mind tries to resist. Conclusion. Resistance is an obstacle that never fully disappears, but it can be defeated. The key is to act before it stops you. Move fast, reduce hesitation, and build the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. The ability to push through resistance is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. The choice is yours. Will you let resistance win, or will you push through? Chapter 5. The role of habits in long-term success. Success is not about a single moment of brilliance. It's about what you do every day. Habits shape your future more than talent, luck, or motivation ever will. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck is not intelligence or opportunity. It's the small, consistent actions repeated over time. Your daily habits define your future. The actions you take repeatedly, whether positive or negative, determine the direction of your life. If you build good habits, success becomes inevitable. If you allow bad habits to take over, failure becomes just as predictable. Habits remove the need for constant decision-making. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to think about doing it, you just do it. This eliminates resistance, saves mental energy, and allows you to focus on bigger challenges without struggling over small choices. Small habits compound over time. Doing something for 5 or 10 minutes a day may not seem like much, but over a year, that time adds up to massive results. A small improvement repeated consistently leads to extraordinary outcomes in the long run. The secret to success is making good habits automatic. If you have to force yourself to do something every day, you'll eventually give up. Instead, integrate habits into your daily routine so they happen naturally, like brushing your teeth or making your bed. To build lasting habits, start small. If you try to change everything at once, you'll get overwhelmed and quit. Instead, Start with tiny habits that require minimal effort, like reading 1 page of a book, doing 5 push-ups, or writing for 2 minutes. Once a habit is established, you can build on it. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your habits. If you surround yourself with distractions, bad influences, or negativity, your habits will reflect that. But if you design your environment for success, by removing temptations, setting up reminders, and surrounding yourself with motivated people, you make it easier to stay consistent. The most successful people in the world don't have superhuman discipline, they have systems. Systems are routines and processes that support your habits. Instead of relying on willpower, they create structures that make success the default option. Habits create identity change. When you consistently perform an action, you start seeing yourself differently. If you write every day, you become a writer. If you exercise daily, you become an athlete. Your habits shape who you are. Breaking bad habits is just as important as building good ones. Every negative habit, procrastination, unhealthy eating, excessive social media use, steals your time, energy, and focus. The key is to replace bad habits with positive alternatives, making it easier to let go of destructive behaviors. Tracking your habits helps you stay consistent. When you see visual proof of your progress, like a calendar streak or a habit tracker, you feel more motivated to keep going. Even small wins build momentum and make it easier to stick to your goals. Never let one bad day break the habit. Everyone has off days, but missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Giving up does. If you slip up, get back on track immediately. Consistency beats perfection every time. The best habits are the ones that align with your long-term vision. Don't just build habits because they sound good. Build habits that move you closer to your biggest goals. Every habit should serve a purpose and contribute to the life you want to create. Surround yourself with people who have the habits you want. If you spend time with disciplined, goal-oriented individuals, their habits will naturally influence you. Success is contagious. Choose your environment wisely. Conclusion. Long-term success is not about grand gestures, it's about what you do every day. Your habits are either building you up or tearing you down. Choose wisely, stay consistent, and watch as your small daily actions create a future beyond your imagination. Success isn't a result of luck, it's a result of your habits. Chapter 6. Overcoming mental barriers to stay consistent. Staying consistent isn't just about motivation or discipline, it's about breaking through the mental barriers that hold you back. Many people start strong, but their own thoughts and fears become obstacles that sabotage their progress. To stay consistent, you must train your mind to defeat self-doubt, fear, and resistance. The first mental barrier is self-doubt. Many people fail to stay consistent because they don't believe they can. They think, what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? But self-doubt is just a thought, it's not reality. Winners take action despite their doubts. Perfectionism is another hidden barrier. Many people avoid taking action because they fear it won't be perfect. But waiting for perfection leads to procrastination. Success doesn't require perfection, it requires progress. Taking imperfect action is always better than doing nothing. Fear of failure stops people from staying consistent. They think, what if I try and don't succeed? But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. The only true failure is quitting. Emotional resistance can destroy consistency. Some days, you won't feel like showing up. You'll be tired, frustrated, or discouraged. But consistency isn't about feelings. It's about commitment. Act first, and motivation will follow. Another common mental barrier is overthinking. Many people spend too much time analyzing instead of taking action. They look for the perfect strategy instead of just starting. Clarity comes from action, not thinking. Stop overanalyzing and start doing. Excuses are your biggest enemy. I'm too busy. I'm not in the mood. I'll start tomorrow. These excuses feel valid in the moment, but they are just lies your mind tells you to avoid discomfort. Winners recognize excuses and push through them. Many people struggle with consistency because they focus too much on results. They think, I've been working hard, but I don't see progress. But success takes time. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. The results will come if you keep showing up. Self-discipline is a muscle that needs training. If you've struggled with consistency before, it's not because you're weak. It's because you haven't built the habit. Start small, stay consistent, and your discipline will grow stronger. Your environment plays a huge role in consistency. If you're surrounded by distractions, negativity, or unmotivated people, staying consistent will be harder. Set up your environment for success. Eliminate distractions and surround yourself with driven individuals. A powerful way to overcome mental barriers is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself staying consistent every day, pushing through challenges and achieving your goal. Your brain responds to what you repeatedly visualize. Accountability is a game changer. Tell someone about your goal and ask them to check in on your progress. When you know someone else is expecting results, you'll be more likely to stay consistent. Public commitment increases accountability. One of the biggest reasons people quit is boredom. When the excitement wears off, tasks can feel repetitive. Champions stay consistent even when it's boring. They understand that mastery comes from repetition. Your identity shapes your consistency. If you see yourself as someone who struggles to stay disciplined, you'll act that way. Instead, tell yourself, I am a disciplined person. Your actions will start to align with your new identity. Tracking your progress removes doubt. Keep a journal or habit tracker to see your growth. When you see evidence of your consistency, it strengthens your belief that you can keep going. Success is built on small wins. Reduce the number of decisions you make. Decision fatigue weakens your willpower. Automate your habits so you don't have to think about them. If something is part of your routine, you won't have to fight resistance every day. Your energy levels affect consistency. If you're exhausted, it's harder to stay committed. Prioritize sleep, exercise, and proper nutrition. A strong body supports a strong mind. Doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to stop you. Every successful person has moments of doubt. The difference? They don't let doubt control them. They take action anyway. Create a system for when you feel unmotivated. Have a plan in place for difficult days. Whether it's listening to motivational content, revisiting your goals, or taking a short break, find what helps you refocus. Embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Instead of seeing discomfort as a bad thing, recognize it as a sign that you're making progress. Discomfort means you're leveling up. The secret to long-term consistency is simply deciding that quitting is not an option. Remove giving up from your mind. Make consistency your only choice, and success will follow. Overcoming mental barriers is the key to staying consistent. Your mind will always try to stop you, but you don't have to listen. Recognize the lies, silence the excuses, and take action anyway. You have the power to train your mind for discipline. The only question is, will you use it? Chapter 7. How to build unbreakable self-discipline. Self-discipline is the foundation of success. It's what separates the average from the extraordinary, not talent, luck, or intelligence. The ability to control your actions, follow through on your commitments, and stay consistent even when you don't feel like it, is what makes champions. The good news? Self-discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you build. The first step to unbreakable self-discipline is understanding your why. Without a strong reason behind your actions, discipline will feel like a burden. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? What will my life look like if I stay disciplined? What will happen if I don't? When your reason is clear, your discipline becomes unstoppable. Make discipline a part of your identity. Instead of saying, I need to be more disciplined, say, I am a disciplined person. Your actions will always follow your identity. When you see yourself as someone who follows through, you naturally start acting that way. Discipline is built through action, not thinking. Many people overanalyze instead of just doing the work. The fastest way to develop discipline is to take action, even when you don't feel like it. The more you act, the stronger your discipline becomes. Start small, but be consistent. People fail at discipline because they try to change everything at once. Instead, pick one small habit, something so easy you can't fail, and do it every day. Consistency is more important than intensity in the beginning. Remove temptations before they test your discipline. Self-discipline is easier when your environment supports it. If you struggle with social media, delete apps or use website blockers. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. Make discipline the easy choice. Discipline is making a promise to yourself and keeping it. Every time you follow through on something, you build self-trust. But every time you break a commitment, you weaken your discipline. Treat your promises to yourself as seriously as promises to others. Master your emotions instead of letting them control you. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or unmotivated, but feelings don't decide your actions. You do. Discipline means showing up regardless of how you feel. Use the 2-minute rule to get started. If you're struggling to take action, tell yourself you'll only do it for 2 minutes. Whether it's reading, exercising, or working, starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum takes over. Eliminate excuses before they appear. Your brain will always try to justify skipping something. I'm too tired. I'll do it later. One day won't matter. Recognize these as lies and push through anyway. Winners don't negotiate with excuses. Hold yourself accountable. Track your progress, set deadlines, and have someone check in on you. When you know someone else is watching, your discipline strengthens. Public accountability increases commitment. Avoid decision fatigue. The more decisions you make in a day, the weaker your willpower becomes. Simplify your life, create routines, plan meals, and schedule tasks in advance. Discipline thrives when decisions are automatic. Make discipline non-negotiable. Champions don't ask themselves, should I do this today? They just do it. Treat your commitments like brushing your teeth. You don't question it, you just get it done. Train your mind to love discomfort. Growth comes from pushing past comfort. Instead of avoiding hard things, see them as challenges that make you stronger. Winners embrace the struggle. Visualize yourself as a disciplined person. Close your eyes and imagine your future self, someone who follows through, takes action, and never gives up. Your mind believes what you repeatedly visualize. Make failure part of the process. You will slip up, you will have bad days. But discipline isn't about never failing. It's about getting back on track immediately. Never let one bad day turn into 2. Create rewards for disciplined behavior. Your brain responds to incentives. When you complete a difficult task, reward yourself, whether it's a small treat, a break, or something meaningful. Reinforce discipline with positive feedback. Surround yourself with disciplined people. If your environment is full of procrastinators, staying disciplined will be harder. But if you're around people who push themselves, you'll naturally rise to their level. Success is contagious. Read, listen, and learn from those who mastered discipline. Study successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Their mindset, routines, and habits will inspire you to strengthen your own discipline. Learn from those who have already done it. Stay patient. Discipline is a lifelong practice. You won't be perfect overnight. But if you commit to showing up every day, no matter how small the effort, you will build an unstoppable mindset. Discipline is not a punishment, it's freedom. The more control you have over your actions, the more control you have over your life. Build unbreakable self-discipline, and nothing will stand in your way. Chapter 8. Dealing with setbacks and staying on track. Setbacks are inevitable. No matter how disciplined, motivated, or prepared you are, there will be times when things don't go as planned. The true test of success is not avoiding setbacks, but learning how to respond to them without losing momentum. Champions don't let failures define them. They use them as fuel to push forward. The first step in dealing with setbacks is acceptance. Many people waste time and energy resisting reality. They get frustrated, dwell on their mistakes, or blame external circumstances. Instead of fighting the setback, acknowledge it and refocus on the next step. Setbacks do not erase progress. Just because you hit a rough patch doesn't mean you're back at square one. Progress is never a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs. Your past efforts still count, and you can get back on track faster than you think. One of the biggest mistakes people make after a setback is waiting for the perfect time to start again. There is no perfect time. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to restart. The best time to get back on track is now. Detach your emotions from the setback. Failure, frustration, and disappointment are natural feelings, but they shouldn't control your actions. Separate the event from your identity. Just because you failed at something doesn't mean you're a failure. You are still in control. Reframe the setback as a lesson. Every challenge holds a valuable lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What went wrong, and how can I improve next time? How can I use this experience to become stronger? Shifting your mindset from frustration to learning turns a setback into an opportunity for growth. Take responsibility, but don't punish yourself. Owning your mistakes is important, but self-blame won't help you move forward. Instead of saying, "I always mess up," say, "This was a mistake, but I can fix it." The way you talk to yourself after a setback determines how quickly you bounce back. Avoid the all-or-nothing mindset. Many people quit completely after one setback because they think, "I already failed, so what's the point?" But one mistake doesn't erase all your hard work. A small detour doesn't mean the journey is over. Create a plan for getting back on track. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything you need to fix, focus on one small step. Start with the easiest, most manageable action. Once you take that first step, momentum will build again. Surround yourself with people who keep you accountable. If you isolate yourself after a setback, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt. Reach out to friends, mentors, or a support system that encourages you to keep going. Having the right people in your corner makes a huge difference. Track your progress instead of focusing on perfection. If you only measure success in big wins, setbacks will feel devastating. Instead, track small improvements. Seeing progress, even small steps forward, keeps you motivated and prevents discouragement. Be flexible with your methods, but firm with your goals. Just because one strategy didn't work doesn't mean your goal is impossible. Adjust your approach and keep moving forward. Winners don't quit when things get tough. They adapt. Use setbacks as proof that you're growing. Challenges don't happen to people who do nothing. The fact that you're facing obstacles means you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you push past limits. Break the cycle of negative thinking. After a setback, it's easy to focus on what went wrong. Instead, shift your focus to what you can control. Reaffirm your strengths and remind yourself why you started. Set short-term goals to rebuild momentum. If a setback has thrown you off track, set small, achievable targets to regain confidence. One step at a time is all it takes to rebuild momentum. Protect your mindset from negativity. If you constantly replay your failures in your mind, they will hold you back. Instead, focus on solutions and the future. The past can't be changed, but the next decision you make can put you back on the right path. Develop resilience by expecting setbacks. If you expect the journey to be smooth, every obstacle will feel like a disaster. Instead, anticipate setbacks and have a mindset that says, "Whatever happens, I will keep going." Celebrate your ability to recover. Every time you overcome a setback, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your challenges. Recognizing this builds mental toughness. Your ability to rise after failure defines your success. Forgive yourself and move forward. Holding on to guilt or regret will only drain your energy. Learn from the experience, make adjustments, and keep going. What matters most is not the setback, it's what you do next. Setbacks are not the end, they are part of the process. What separates winners from quitters is how they respond to failure. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but they didn't let them stop them. Stay focused, stay strong, and always get back up. Your consistency will pay off. Setbacks are temporary, but your response lasts forever. Every challenge you face is temporary, but how you respond to it determines whether it becomes a lesson or a roadblock. The strongest people aren't those who never face setbacks. They're the ones who refuse to let setbacks define them. Every setback is an opportunity to build resilience. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's developed every time you overcome a challenge. Each time you push through failure, you strengthen your ability to handle difficulties in the future. You are training yourself to be unstoppable. Avoid falling into the victim mindset. It's easy to blame circumstances, people, or bad luck when setbacks happen, but champions don't waste time complaining. Instead, they ask, "What can I do next?" Taking responsibility for your actions gives you power over your future. Don't let temporary failures become permanent excuses. Just because you failed once doesn't mean you're doomed to fail forever. Many people let one bad experience convince them they're not capable. Failure is not a reason to quit. It's a reason to adjust and try again. Control what you can, release what you can't. Some setbacks are within your control, while others are not. If you made a mistake, take responsibility and learn from it. But if something was outside your control, don't waste energy worrying. Focus on the next best action. Be mindful of the story you tell yourself. After a setback, it's easy to create a negative story. "I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I should just quit." But these thoughts are just stories. They are not facts. Reframe the story. "I faced a challenge. I'm learning and I'm coming back stronger." Take a short break if needed, but never quit. Sometimes after a setback, your mind and body need a reset. That's okay. Take a brief pause, reflect, and recharge, but set a clear deadline to get back on track. A short rest is fine, but quitting is not an option. Keep a setback journal. Writing down what happened, how you felt, and what you learned helps you process setbacks in a healthy way. Over time, you'll notice patterns and solutions, and you'll develop strategies to handle future challenges more effectively. Mentally prepare for future obstacles. If you expect every journey to be smooth, you'll be shocked when setbacks happen. Instead, mentally train yourself by asking, "What will I do when I face a challenge?" Having a plan in advance makes it easier to stay on track. Break the cycle of negative momentum. Setbacks often lead to more setbacks because people feel discouraged and stop taking action. The best way to stop this cycle is to take one small step in the right direction. Even a tiny action can shift your momentum back toward progress. Your habits will keep you steady when motivation fades. Motivation disappears after a setback, but habits remain. If you've built a strong routine, it will carry you through difficult times. This is why developing daily habits is so powerful. They keep you going even when motivation is gone. Forgive yourself faster. Many people waste valuable time feeling guilty about their mistakes, but guilt doesn't help. It only keeps you stuck. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and move forward. The faster you forgive yourself, the faster you get back on track. Recognize that everyone faces setbacks. You're not alone. Every successful person you admire has struggled, failed, and dealt with challenges. The difference is, they didn't stop. You have the same ability to push through as they did. Use setbacks to develop emotional strength. If you get frustrated or discouraged easily, you allow emotions to control your progress. Learn to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. Accept the frustration, but don't let it stop you from moving forward. Don't compare your journey to others. It's easy to look at people who seem to be succeeding effortlessly and feel like you're falling behind. But you don't know their struggles. Focus on your own path and trust your own timing. Failure is proof that you're trying. The only people who never fail are the ones who never take risks. If you're experiencing setbacks, it means you're pushing your limits. That alone is something to be proud of. Adjust your expectations, but don't lower your standards. Sometimes after a setback, you might need to adjust your strategy. But don't use failure as an excuse to aim lower. Stay committed to your goals, even if the path takes longer than expected. Remember why you started. When setbacks make you want to quit, go back to your original motivation. Why did you start this journey? What is at stake if you give up? Reconnecting with your purpose will reignite your determination. Focus on what's next, not what's lost. Many people dwell on what they've lost instead of looking at what they can still achieve. Dwelling on the past won't change it, but taking action now can change your future. One setback does not define you. The most successful people in history have failed more times than they've succeeded. But their setbacks didn't define them. Their persistence did. You are bigger than any obstacle you face. Your ability to bounce back is what makes you unstoppable. Setbacks test your character. If you can keep going when things go wrong, nothing will be able to stop you. The true measure of success is how many times you get back up. Setbacks are part of every journey, but they don't have to derail you. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it feels. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, learn, and become stronger. If you refuse to quit, success is inevitable. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. So get up, refocus, and keep going. Your journey isn't over, it's just getting started. Chapter 9. The importance of tracking your progress. Success is not just about setting goals. It's about measuring progress. If you don't track your actions, you won't know whether you're improving, falling behind, or staying the same. Tracking progress gives you clarity, motivation, and a roadmap to success. Without it, you're just guessing. Many people fail not because they lack effort, but because they don't track their growth. They assume they're not making progress because they don't see immediate results. But success happens in small, consistent steps. When you track your efforts, you see proof that you are moving forward, even if progress feels slow. Tracking eliminates uncertainty. It's easy to feel lost when you don't have a clear picture of where you stand. Measuring your progress helps you stay on track and prevents you from wasting time on ineffective strategies. When you track your progress, you turn invisible effort into visible results. Sometimes improvement happens so gradually that you don't notice it. By documenting your journey, you give yourself tangible proof that your efforts are paying off. Tracking progress keeps you accountable. When you have a system to measure your actions, you can't ignore them. If you skip a task or break a habit, you'll see it reflected in your records. This accountability makes it harder to lie to yourself. It builds momentum. Every time you check off a completed task, you reinforce positive behavior. Seeing progress encourages you to keep going because you don't want to lose the streak you've built. Tracking helps you identify patterns. If you measure your progress consistently, you'll start to notice trends. You'll see when you're most productive, what obstacles slow you down, and what strategies work best. This allows you to refine your approach and improve faster. It helps you adjust your goals. Sometimes, goals need to be modified based on reality. If you're tracking your progress, you can see what's working and what isn't. This flexibility ensures you stay aligned with what actually leads to success. Tracking keeps you motivated during slow progress. Some improvements take time to show results. If you're focused on weight loss, skill building, or business growth, you may not see dramatic changes right away, but tracking allows you to recognize small wins that eventually add up to big success. It turns goals into a game. People love competition, even against themselves. When you see measurable progress, it becomes a personal challenge to improve. This gamification of success makes the process more enjoyable and engaging. Tracking forces you to be honest with yourself. If you're not improving, your records will show it. This honesty can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for growth. Self-awareness is the first step to making real changes. It shifts your focus from outcome to process. Many people focus too much on big goals and forget that success is built through daily habits. Tracking helps you focus on consistent effort rather than just the final result. If you track the right actions, success will follow. It reduces stress and overwhelm. When you feel like you're not making progress, frustration builds, but tracking provides reassurance. You can look back and see how far you've come, which gives you confidence to keep going. Tracking helps you stay disciplined. Knowing that you'll be recording your actions adds a level of commitment. It makes you more likely to follow through because you don't want to break your progress streak. It reveals areas for improvement. Tracking isn't just about celebrating wins. It also highlights where you need to improve. If you notice inconsistency or weak spots, you can focus on strengthening those areas. It helps you develop better habits. Progress tracking reinforces positive behaviors. If you see evidence that certain habits are driving success, you'll be more motivated to keep them going. Tracking helps you stay in control. Instead of wondering if you're making progress, you know for sure. This sense of control over your journey reduces doubt and increases confidence. It creates a success mindset. When you track progress, you prove to yourself that your actions matter. This reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals, which strengthens your motivation and mental toughness. Tracking teaches patience. Many people quit too soon because they don't see instant results. But when you track progress, you learn to appreciate steady improvement. You understand that great results take time. It allows you to celebrate small victories. Waiting for big success can feel exhausting, but tracking progress lets you acknowledge smaller milestones along the way, keeping you excited and engaged. Tracking makes success predictable. If you consistently measure your progress, you'll notice a pattern. Certain actions lead to results. This allows you to create a repeatable formula for success. Tracking progress is not just a tool. It's a necessity. Without measurement, there is no growth. The more you track, the more control you have over your success. Whether you use a journal, an app, or a habit tracker, find a system that works for you and commit to it. Success is a science. Track it, measure it, and watch your efforts turn into results. Tracking progress transforms discipline into a habit. When you track your actions daily, they become second nature. You no longer have to force yourself to stay consistent because the habit is already ingrained in your routine. Discipline becomes automatic. It creates long-term accountability. Many people start strong, but lose motivation over time. By keeping track of your progress, you hold yourself accountable, ensuring that you stay on course even when initial excitement fades. Tracking helps you measure effort, not just results. Success isn't always visible right away, but tracking your effort ensures that you recognize the work you're putting in. If you consistently take the right actions, the results will eventually follow. It prevents the illusion of progress. Some people believe they're improving just because they feel busy, but without tracking, it's easy to mistake activity for actual progress. Measuring your results ensures that your effort is leading to real growth. Tracking builds confidence over time. The more progress you see, the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. It eliminates doubt and replaces it with evidence that you are improving, which keeps you motivated. It helps you stay focused on what matters. Without tracking, it's easy to get distracted by minor tasks that don't actually contribute to your success. By monitoring your progress, you ensure that you're focusing on the actions that create the biggest impact. Tracking progress reveals hidden patterns. You might notice that you perform better at certain times of the day, or that certain habits lead to more success. Understanding these patterns helps you optimize your schedule and increase productivity. It prevents discouragement during slow progress. Some people quit because they feel like they aren't improving fast enough. But when you track your progress, you see even small gains, which reminds you that you're still moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. It keeps you in a results-oriented mindset. Instead of just going through the motions, tracking forces you to ask, is what I'm doing actually working? This mindset ensures that you're always optimizing for the best possible outcomes. Tracking creates clarity. Many people fail because they aren't clear about what they need to do. But when you track progress, you have a clear roadmap of what works, what doesn't, and where to focus next. Clarity leads to better decisions. It helps prevent burnout. If you feel like you're working hard but not seeing results, burnout can happen. But when you track progress, you see tangible proof of improvement, which reminds you that your efforts are paying off, even if slowly. Tracking allows you to celebrate milestones. When you set big goals, they can sometimes feel far away, but tracking allows you to break them down into smaller milestones so you can celebrate achievements along the way and stay motivated. It builds self-discipline naturally. When you know you're going to track your actions every day, you're more likely to follow through on your commitments. Discipline becomes part of your identity. Tracking removes the need for motivation. Many people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is unreliable. When you track progress, you build consistency, which removes the need to feel motivated to do the work. You just do it. It turns abstract goals into measurable achievements. Saying, "I want to be more productive," is vague, but tracking allows you to define exactly what productivity means and measure your improvement over time. It allows for quick adjustments. If something isn't working, tracking helps you identify the problem early. Instead of wasting months on an ineffective strategy, you can tweak your approach and get back on track faster. Tracking helps you develop patience. Many people want instant results, but success doesn't work that way. Seeing gradual progress reminds you that success is a long-term game and consistency is more important than speed. It provides proof for future motivation. When you look back at your progress over weeks or months, you see how far you've come. This proof becomes a powerful motivator to keep pushing forward when challenges arise. Tracking progress shifts your mindset from "I hope this works" to "I know this works." When you have concrete evidence of improvement, you stop doubting yourself. You develop the confidence that your hard work will eventually lead to success. It gives you control over your success. Instead of guessing, hoping, or relying on luck, tracking ensures that you're in full control of your actions and results. You know exactly what's working and why. Tracking ensures that you never lose sight of your goals. Life gets busy, distractions appear, and challenges arise. But when you have a clear record of your progress, it's easier to stay focused and committed to your vision. Tracking progress is one of the most powerful success habits you can develop. It keeps you accountable, motivated, and focused on what truly matters. Without tracking, progress can feel slow and uncertain, but when you measure your growth, you gain confidence, discipline, and the ability to adjust when needed. Success isn't about luck, it's about consistency, and tracking ensures that you stay consistent no matter what. Chapter 10. Developing a no excuses mentality. Excuses are the silent killers of success. They sound reasonable, they feel justified, and they let you off the hook. But in reality, they are the barriers between you and your goals. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck is simple. Winners refuse to make excuses. They take responsibility, find solutions, and get the job done, no matter what. Excuses are a form of self-sabotage. They give you permission to stay in your comfort zone instead of pushing through challenges. When you justify inaction, you reinforce the habit of giving up. Winners train themselves to reject excuses the moment they arise. Your success is 100% your responsibility. It's easy to blame circumstances, time, lack of support, or external challenges. But the moment you stop blaming and start taking full ownership of your results, your life changes. Winners don't wait for perfect conditions. They take action with what they have. The mind naturally looks for an easy way out. When faced with discomfort or difficulty, your brain will always offer an excuse. "I'll do it later. I'm too tired. I don't feel like it." But these are just tricks your mind plays to avoid effort. Recognize them for what they are: lies that keep you stuck. Excuses don't solve problems. Action does. Every time you make an excuse, you stay in the same place. But when you take action, even in small ways, you begin to move forward. Winners don't dwell on reasons why they can't. They focus on what they can do. There is always someone with fewer resources, more struggles, and greater challenges who is still succeeding. If they can find a way, so can you. Success is not about having perfect conditions. It's about making progress no matter what. The habit of making excuses weakens self-trust. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you can't follow through. But when you push through resistance and take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Discipline grows when you act despite your excuses. "I don't have time" is the biggest lie. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The real question is, how are you prioritizing? If something is important enough, you will find a way to make time for it. Excuses don't create results. Choices do. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your future. Life will always present challenges, but it's how you respond that determines your success. Winners take control, find solutions, and refuse to be stopped. Perfectionism is just another excuse. Many people delay taking action because they fear not doing it perfectly. But perfection is an illusion. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait forever for the perfect moment. Self-pity keeps you weak. Feeling sorry for yourself may be comforting in the moment, but it doesn't change anything. Winners don't waste time feeling bad about their struggles. They focus on overcoming them. Excuses make problems bigger than they are. When you focus on why something is hard, it becomes even more difficult. But when you focus on taking action, the problem shrinks. Your energy goes where your focus flows, so focus on solutions. Discomfort is not a reason to stop, it's a reason to keep going. Growth happens when you push beyond your limits. If something is hard, it means you're getting stronger. Embrace the struggle. It's proof that you are evolving. Surround yourself with people who don't tolerate excuses. If the people around you accept mediocrity, you'll fall into the same habits. But if you're surrounded by disciplined, driven individuals, you'll be inspired to hold yourself to a higher standard. Stop negotiating with yourself. Winners don't ask themselves, "Do I feel like doing this today?" They just do it. Treat your commitments as non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth or eating. Discipline means acting regardless of how you feel. When you make an excuse, ask yourself, is this really true? Most excuses fall apart under scrutiny. If you challenge them, you'll realize that the only thing stopping you is your mindset. Don't believe your own excuses. Believe in your ability to find a way. Track your excuses. If you notice patterns, always blaming time, energy, or circumstances, you can begin to address these weaknesses. Awareness is the first step to change. If you recognize your excuses, you can eliminate them. Turn excuses into challenges. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," challenge yourself. "How can I make time?" Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," ask, "How can I improve?" Reframe obstacles as opportunities. Winners build a no-matter-what mindset. They commit to their goals regardless of external conditions. Whether they're tired, busy, or uninspired, they show up anyway. The ability to take action despite resistance is what separates the great from the average. Success is a decision. Every time you choose action over excuses, you strengthen your willpower. Each excuse you reject brings you closer to your goals. It's not about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about making the decision to refuse excuses. Excuses are comfortable, but they keep you stuck. If you want to be successful, you must eliminate excuses from your mindset completely. Winners take responsibility, adapt, and take action, no matter what. If you want results, commit to a no-excuses mentality today. The choice is yours, excuses or success. Which will you choose? Excuses weaken your potential. Every time you justify inaction, you shrink your ability to grow. The strongest, most successful people are not the ones who avoid struggle. They are the ones who refuse to let struggles stop them. Your success depends on your ability to move forward without excuses. Success doesn't wait for ideal conditions. If you're waiting for the right time, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be challenges, distractions, and unexpected obstacles. The right time to take action is always now. Excuses don't solve problems, they create them. When you allow excuses, you reinforce patterns of avoidance. Over time, this leads to stagnation, regret, and frustration. The longer you wait to take action, the harder it becomes. Your goals don't care about your excuses. Whether you take action or not, time will keep moving forward. A year from now, you'll either be closer to your goal or still making excuses. The choice is always yours. Stop focusing on why you can't. Focus on how you can. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," ask yourself, "How can I make time?" Instead of saying, "I don't know how," ask, How can I learn? Reframing your mindset removes excuses and creates solutions. Fear is often disguised as an excuse. Many people avoid taking action because they're afraid of failure, judgment, or discomfort. But fear doesn't disappear by avoiding action. It disappears by taking action. Face your fears, and they will lose their power over you. You are stronger than your excuses. Excuses may feel powerful in the moment, but they are just mental obstacles. The truth is, you've already overcome many difficult things in life. You are capable of much more than your mind tells you. Your habits determine your future. If you habitually make excuses, you'll live a life of limitation. But if you train yourself to act despite discomfort, you'll develop the habits of success. Your daily choices shape your destiny. The people who make the most excuses are often the least happy. Excuses don't bring joy or fulfillment. They lead to regret. The happiest, most fulfilled people are those who push past obstacles and chase their goals. They don't settle. They fight for the life they want. Start small, but be consistent. Breaking the excuse cycle doesn't mean you have to take massive leaps overnight. Start with small daily commitments. Consistency beats intensity. The more you show up, the less power excuses will have over you. Making excuses is easy. Success is not. If success were easy, everyone would achieve it. But success requires discipline, commitment, and persistence. The reason most people fail is that they choose excuses over effort. Winners focus on progress, not perfection. Many people don't start because they think they need to be perfect. But progress is what matters. Success is a series of small wins, not one big leap. You don't need motivation, you need discipline. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you won't feel like doing the work. But winners don't rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. They do what needs to be done, no matter what. Excuses keep you in the same place. Action moves you forward. Look back at the last year. Are you in the same place because of excuses? Or have you taken action? If you want next year to be different, you must make different choices today. There is no secret formula, just action. Some people spend years looking for the perfect strategy or waiting for motivation. But the truth is, success comes down to taking action consistently, even when it's hard. Surround yourself with action takers. If you spend time with people who constantly make excuses, you'll absorb their mindset. But if you're around people who take action, their mindset will influence you. Your environment shapes your thinking. Your past excuses don't have to define you. Maybe you've made excuses in the past. That doesn't mean you have to continue. At any moment you can decide to change. Your future is not controlled by your past. Self-discipline is built by saying no to excuses. Every time you override an excuse and take action, you strengthen your discipline. Over time, this becomes automatic. Taking action becomes your default, not avoidance. Success is earned, not given. No one is going to hand you the life you want. If you want something, you have to work for it, fight for it, and refuse to quit. Excuses don't keep you safe. They keep you small. Many people make excuses because they want to avoid discomfort or failure. But avoiding challenges doesn't protect you. It limits you. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. The moment you eliminate excuses, your life changes. Imagine what you could accomplish if you never allowed another excuse to stop you. Commit today to removing excuses from your mindset forever. Excuses are comfortable, but they lead nowhere. The moment you decide to stop making excuses is the moment you take control of your life. Winners take action, no matter what. They don't wait, they don't complain, and they don't look for easy ways out. Make the decision today. No more excuses, only results. Chapter 11. The Science of Repetition and Mastery. Mastery is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It's about repetition. Every skill, habit, or achievement in life is built through consistent practice over time. The more you repeat something, the better you get. Repetition is the secret ingredient behind greatness. Success is a result of small efforts done consistently. Many people believe that breakthroughs happen overnight, but the truth is that every expert was once a beginner. The difference between those who master a skill and those who give up is simple. The ones who succeed keep showing up. Your brain is wired to learn through repetition. Every time you practice something, your brain strengthens the neural connections associated with that activity. Over time, these pathways become stronger, making the action easier and more automatic. This is why practice makes perfect. Repetition turns effort into instinct. At first, learning a new skill is difficult. You have to focus and think through every step. But with enough repetition, the process becomes natural. This is how athletes, musicians, and professionals develop effortless mastery. Mastery is about embracing boredom. Many people quit when something feels repetitive, but this is a mistake. The best in the world understand that true success comes from doing the same things over and over, long after the excitement wears off. Repetition is what separates the amateurs from the masters. The 10,000-hour rule proves the power of repetition. Research suggests that it takes roughly 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to become an expert in a skill. While the exact number may vary, the principle remains true. Repetition is the key to mastery. Repetition builds confidence. The more you do something, the more comfortable and skilled you become. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's built through experience. The more you repeat an action, the more belief you have in yourself. Muscle memory is created through repetition. When you repeatedly perform a movement, your body starts to remember it without conscious effort. This is why elite athletes and musicians don't have to think about every move. They've trained their bodies through thousands of hours of repetition. Repetition eliminates hesitation. The first time you do something, it feels uncomfortable. But after enough practice, you stop second-guessing yourself. Mastery is about removing hesitation through repeated exposure. The best in the world practice the basics daily. Many people want to skip ahead to advanced techniques, but true masters never stop practicing the fundamentals. Whether in sports, business, or music, the top performers continue refining the basics, even after years of success. Repetition is the cure for inconsistency. If you struggle with staying consistent, the solution is simple. Make repetition a habit. When something becomes a regular part of your routine, you no longer have to rely on motivation or willpower. Tracking your repetitions accelerates mastery. Keeping a record of how often you practice something helps you see your progress and stay accountable. Small improvements over time lead to massive results. Mistakes decrease with repetition. The first time you try something, you will make mistakes, but the more you practice, the fewer errors you make. This is why repetition leads to efficiency and precision. Your environment can influence your ability to repeat tasks. If you're surrounded by distractions or negativity, it's harder to focus on consistent practice. Creating a structured, disciplined environment makes repetition easier and more effective. Repetition requires patience. Many people quit too early because they don't see instant results. But mastery is a long-term game. The ones who stay patient and keep repeating the process are the ones who reach the top. Repetition rewires your mindset. When you repeatedly do something, you start to believe that you are the type of person who does it. This is why disciplined people naturally stay consistent. It's not just what they do, it's who they are. The first few repetitions are always the hardest. Whether you're building a habit, learning a new skill, or training your body, the beginning is always the most difficult. But if you push through, Each repetition gets easier. The more you do, the less effort it takes. Repetition separates commitment from interest. Anyone can try something once, but only those who truly commit will do it over and over again, even when it's not exciting. If you want to master something, you must be willing to repeat it indefinitely. Repetition compounds over time. Doing something once a week won't bring mastery, but doing something every day, no matter how small, creates exponential growth. Small daily efforts create massive long-term results. Repetition is the foundation of mental toughness. When you train yourself to repeat a process, even when you're tired, bored, or unmotivated, you develop a level of discipline that most people never achieve. Mental toughness is built through consistent action. Mastery is the reward for relentless repetition. At first, progress is slow, but over time your skills, confidence, and results skyrocket. The secret to success is not talent or intelligence. It's the willingness to repeat the right actions until they become second nature. Repetition is the ultimate path to mastery. If you want to be great at anything, you must be willing to do it over and over again. Success doesn't come from luck or talent. It comes from consistent practice, even when it's boring or difficult. The people who win in life are not necessarily the smartest or most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to stop repeating the process. Repetition builds resilience. Every time you push through challenges and repeat a task despite difficulties, you develop mental and emotional toughness. The more you practice, the less you fear failure. Your subconscious mind thrives on repetition. The more you expose yourself to an idea or skill, the deeper it becomes embedded in your subconscious. This is why repeating affirmations, training, or study material makes them second nature. Repetition reprograms your mind for success. The brain eliminates unnecessary effort through repetition. When you repeatedly do something, your brain finds ways to make the process more efficient. This is why athletes and professionals get faster, stronger, and more precise over time. Mastery is about doing more with less effort. Repetition strengthens decision-making skills. The more you practice decision-making under pressure, the better you get at making quick and effective choices. This is why experienced leaders and athletes make better split-second decisions than beginners. The more you repeat a habit, the harder it is to break. Whether positive or negative, habits are reinforced through repetition. If you want to break a bad habit, you must replace it with a new habit and repeat it consistently. Repetition locks in behavior for the long term. Repetition removes unnecessary thinking. When a process becomes habitual, your brain doesn't have to waste energy deciding whether to do it. This is why disciplined people don't struggle with motivation. They've trained themselves to act without hesitation. Every repetition increases your confidence. The more you practice a skill, the more capable you feel. Confidence doesn't come from wishing. It comes from doing something enough times that you no longer doubt yourself. Mastery eliminates self-doubt. Repetition is the key to overcoming fear. Fear fades when you expose yourself to the same challenge over and over again. Whether it's public speaking, athletic performance, or learning a new skill, the more you do it, the less fear controls you. Repetition is the foundation of muscle memory. Whether in sports, music, or daily habits, repeated actions become automatic. Your body learns to respond without overthinking, leading to precision, speed, and efficiency. Consistency creates breakthroughs. Many people quit just before a breakthrough because they get tired of repeating the same effort. But those who persist and continue refining their craft eventually reach a new level of success. Breakthroughs happen when repetition meets patience. Repetition leads to mastery, not just improvement. Practicing something a few times might make you better, but practicing thousands of times makes you unstoppable. The greatest athletes, musicians, and entrepreneurs mastered their fields by repeating the fundamentals relentlessly. Successful people embrace repetition while average people avoid it. Most people get bored and quit when progress slows down, but winners understand that boring repetition is the price of greatness. They continue practicing, knowing that each repetition takes them one step closer to mastery. Repetition rewires your mindset toward excellence. The more you commit to doing something well, the more your brain associates you with that identity. If you repeatedly show up and train, you begin to see yourself as someone who is dedicated and disciplined. Repetition forces your mind to adapt. The more you challenge yourself with the same task, the better your brain becomes at finding solutions, improving efficiency, and increasing performance. Mastery isn't just about practice, it's about smart repetition. Repetition builds stamina and endurance. Just as muscles get stronger with repeated training, your mental endurance increases with every repetition. The more you push through difficult tasks, the greater your capacity to handle bigger challenges. The mind resists repetition, but the body thrives on it. Many people stop repeating tasks because they feel bored or unmotivated, but the body and brain adapt best through consistent repetition. The key to mastery is pushing through mental resistance. Repetition removes the fear of failure. The first time you attempt something, fear is high, but as you repeat it over and over, fear diminishes because you gain experience and familiarity. Mastery is the result of repeated exposure. Repetition refines your technique. The more you practice, the more you can fine-tune your skills. Each repetition allows you to make micro-adjustments that lead to greater efficiency and effectiveness. Repetition builds trust in yourself. When you prove to yourself that you can show up consistently, you start to believe in your ability to achieve bigger goals. Trust in yourself grows with every successful repetition. Repetition is the difference between talent and mastery. Many talented people fail because they don't put in the work. But those who repeat their efforts over and over, despite setbacks, become the true masters of their craft. Repetition is the foundation of success in every field. Whether in business, health, relationships, or skill development, the people who achieve the most are the ones who consistently show up and repeat the necessary actions. Success is built on repetition. Mastery is not a mystery. It's a result of deliberate, focused, and consistent repetition. The world's most successful individuals understand that the secret to greatness is doing the same thing over and over, even when it feels boring or difficult. Whether you want to master a skill, build a habit, or achieve a goal, the key is repetition. Commit to relentless repetition, and success will become inevitable. Chapter 12. How to stay consistent, even when you don't feel like it. Success is not about how you feel. It's about what you do, even on the days you don't feel like doing it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Winners show up regardless of their emotions. They train themselves to take action even when motivation is low, energy is drained, and circumstances aren't perfect. The secret to consistency is commitment, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but commitment is a choice. If you rely on motivation to take action, you'll only be productive on good days. True discipline is about following through on your commitments, no matter how you feel. Your emotions are temporary, but your results are permanent. On difficult days, remind yourself that feelings pass, but the consequences of skipping a habit or delaying a task can last a long time. Consistency ensures progress, even on the days when everything feels hard. Remove decision-making from the equation. The more you debate whether to do something, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of it. Make your habits automatic. Decide once, then follow through without questioning it daily. Create a non-negotiable routine. People who struggle with consistency often leave room for negotiation. Should I do this today? But winners don't ask themselves whether they feel like working out, studying, or practicing. They just do it. Make consistency a rule, not an option. Use the just start rule. If you don't feel like doing something, commit to just 5 minutes. Often starting is the hardest part, but once you begin, momentum carries you forward. Getting started is the secret to staying consistent. Expect resistance and push through it. Your brain will always try to convince you to delay uncomfortable tasks. Recognize these thoughts as normal, but don't let them control your actions. Overcoming resistance gets easier the more you do it. Develop an identity of consistency. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with discipline, your actions will reflect that belief. Instead, tell yourself, I am someone who follows through. I do what I say I will do. Your mind will work to align your actions with this identity. Track your progress to stay accountable. Keeping a log of your consistency helps build momentum. When you see a streak of completed actions, you'll be less likely to break it. Small daily wins lead to massive long-term success. Break big goals into small steps. Feeling overwhelmed leads to inconsistency. Instead of focusing on the entire goal, break it down into tiny, manageable pieces. Completing one small step builds motivation to keep going. Find an accountability system. Whether it's a friend, coach, or journal, having something that keeps you accountable increases your chances of staying on track. Knowing someone will check in on you makes it harder to skip a task. Eliminate distractions before they become excuses. If your phone, social media, or a cluttered workspace constantly pulls you away, remove the temptation. Make consistency easier by designing an environment that supports focus. Use rewards to reinforce consistency. The brain responds well to incentives. If you complete your tasks, give yourself a small reward, watching a show, taking a break, or enjoying a favorite snack. Positive reinforcement strengthens good habits. Reframe difficult tasks as opportunities. Instead of saying, I have to do this, say, I get to do this. Viewing your commitments as privileges instead of burdens shifts your mindset from resistance to appreciation. Remind yourself why you started. On days when you don't feel like staying consistent, revisit your reasons for starting in the first place. Reconnect with your long-term vision to push through temporary discomfort. Prepare for low-energy days in advance. You won't always be at your best, so plan for it. Have a simple version of your routine for tough days. Instead of skipping entirely, do a lighter workout, write one sentence, or complete a small version of your habit. Something is always better than nothing. Forgive yourself if you slip, but get back on track immediately. Missing one day isn't a failure, but missing multiple days in a row can break the habit. If you fall off track, don't dwell on it. Just restart the next day. Surround yourself with consistency-driven people. The people around you influence your habits. If you're surrounded by disciplined, focused individuals, their mindset will rub off on you. Your environment plays a huge role in consistency. Visualize your future self. Imagine where you'll be in a year if you stay consistent. Now imagine where you'll be if you keep making excuses. Which version of yourself do you want to become? Use this vision to fuel your daily actions. Take ownership of your results. No one else is responsible for your success or failure, only you. If you don't take action, no one will do it for you. Own your consistency, and you'll own your success. Conclusion: consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up no matter what. The people who achieve their dreams aren't the ones who always feel motivated. They're the ones who act even when they don't feel like it. If you train yourself to stay consistent despite emotions, distractions, and obstacles, nothing will be able to stop you. Your future success is built on what you do today, so show up and put in the work. Your future success depends on today's consistency. Every small action you take today compounds over time. Even when you don't feel like doing the work, showing up today ensures that your future self will thank you. The consistency you build now determines the life you live later. Excuses feel good in the moment, but create regret later. Skipping a workout, delaying a task, or avoiding responsibility may bring temporary relief, but in the long run, you'll wish you had stayed consistent. Short-term discomfort is always better than long-term regret. Discipline is built by taking action when it's hardest. It's easy to follow through when you're excited, energized, and inspired. But real discipline is forged on the days when you don't feel like doing anything, and you do it anyway. Stop thinking, start doing. Overthinking kills consistency. The more you analyze, debate, or question whether to take action, the more resistance builds. Winners don't waste time thinking about whether to act. They just start. Every action is a vote for your future self. Each time you show up, you reinforce the belief that you are a disciplined person. Each time you skip, you reinforce the habit of inconsistency. Make sure your daily choices align with the person you want to become. Don't let emotions dictate your actions. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never build long-term success. Your emotions will fluctuate, but your goals should remain constant. Consistency means doing the work no matter how you feel. Lower the resistance by simplifying your tasks. When something feels overwhelming, your mind will resist it. Instead of thinking about the entire task, break it down into a small, manageable step. Just start with one action, and momentum will follow. Create a clear plan for when you don't feel like working. Have a go-to strategy for low-energy days. Maybe it's doing a lighter version of your habit, using a timer to commit to just 10 minutes, or reminding yourself of your bigger purpose. Preparation eliminates excuses. Your environment plays a major role in your consistency. If you surround yourself with distractions, negativity, or people who lack discipline, you'll struggle. But if you design an environment that encourages focus and action, staying consistent becomes effortless. Set yourself up for success. Push past the first few minutes and the rest gets easier. Often, the hardest part is starting. But once you begin, your resistance fades. Commit to just 5 minutes, and you'll likely keep going. Momentum begins with a single step. Make your habits non-negotiable. If you give yourself the option to skip, you will. But if you treat your commitments like brushing your teeth, something that gets done no matter what, consistency becomes automatic. Track your progress visually. A simple habit tracker, calendar, or checklist creates a sense of accountability. Seeing your streak grow makes you want to continue. Tracking keeps you committed even when motivation fades. Avoid the perfectionist trap. Some people quit because they can't do something perfectly. But consistency isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. An imperfect workout, writing session, or effort is always better than doing nothing. Learn to ignore the voice in your head that wants comfort. There's always a part of your mind that will try to talk you out of doing the work. Recognize that voice, but don't obey it. Strengthen the voice that pushes you forward. Use rewards to reinforce consistency. Give yourself something to look forward to after completing a difficult task. It could be a break, a favorite snack, or simply the satisfaction of checking off your progress. Rewards build positive reinforcement. Remind yourself that difficult moments are temporary. When you're feeling tired, uninspired, or unmotivated, It may feel like it will last forever, but feelings pass, and if you push through now, you'll feel proud later. Don't let temporary discomfort derail long-term success. Act as if you're already the person you want to be. If you see yourself as inconsistent, you'll act that way. But if you embody the identity of a disciplined, committed person, your actions will follow. Shift your mindset, and your behavior will align with it. Remove temptations before they lead to inconsistency. If social media, television, or distractions pull you away from your commitments, eliminate them before they interfere. The fewer temptations you have, the easier it is to stay on track. Don't let one missed day turn into a habit. If you skip a day, don't panic, but don't let it happen twice in a row. The longer you go without doing something, the harder it is to restart. Get back on track immediately. View consistency as a lifelong skill, not a short-term challenge. Some people think of discipline as something they need temporarily, but true consistency is a lifelong mindset. The more you build it now, the easier it becomes for the rest of your life. You already know what to do, just do it. Often, people search for motivation, inspiration, or the perfect strategy. But deep down, you already know what needs to be done. Stop waiting. Start acting. Success is built through action. The difference between those who achieve success and those who don't is simple. Consistent action, even when it's difficult. You don't need more motivation. You need the discipline to follow through when motivation is absent. The secret to winning is to stop making excuses and start showing up every single day. No matter how you feel, no matter the obstacles, keep going. Your success is built one consistent action at a time. Chapter 13. How small daily wins lead to big results. Big success is not built overnight. It's created by small, consistent actions over time. Every great achievement is the result of tiny wins stacked together. The world's best athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders didn't wake up successful. They built their success through daily progress, one small step at a time. Small wins create momentum. When you accomplish something, no matter how small, it builds confidence and motivation. Success is like a snowball. Small actions roll into big results over time. Every action you take moves you in a direction. There is no such thing as staying still. Every small habit, choice, or behavior is either pushing you towards success or pulling you away from it. When you choose small wins daily, you are choosing progress. Small wins build discipline. When you show up every day, even in tiny ways, you strengthen your ability to stay consistent. Success is not about big leaps. It's about showing up day after day without fail. The compound effect makes small efforts powerful. A 1% improvement each day may seem insignificant, but over a year it leads to exponential growth. Consistently improving, even slightly, will lead to massive long-term success. Big goals often feel overwhelming. This is why so many people quit before they even start. But when you break goals into small, manageable steps, they become achievable. Focus on the next small win, not the entire journey. Success is built on habits, not motivation. Motivation fades, but habits keep you moving forward. By committing to small wins daily, you develop habits that drive long-term results, even when you don't feel like it. Small wins shift your identity. When you consistently take small actions, you start seeing yourself differently. Instead of thinking, "I'm trying to get better," you begin to think, "I am someone who takes action every day." This identity shift makes success inevitable. Momentum beats perfection. Many people hesitate to start because they want to do things perfectly. But perfect action isn't required. Consistent action is. A small step forward is always better than waiting for the perfect moment. Tiny improvements make failure impossible. If you improve just a little every day, failure is no longer possible. Even if progress is slow, as long as you keep moving forward, success is inevitable. Tracking small wins increases motivation. Seeing progress, even in small ways, builds motivation to keep going. Keeping a journal, checklist, or progress tracker reminds you that every effort counts. The most successful people focus on small, repeatable actions. Whether in business, sports, or personal growth, the top performers prioritize daily progress. They don't chase big wins. They focus on mastering the small ones. Small wins train your brain to expect success. Every time you complete a task, your brain releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical. This creates a cycle where your brain starts craving progress. The more you win daily, the more you'll want to keep winning. Your daily routine determines your future. If you want to know where your life is headed, look at your daily habits. The small things you do consistently shape the person you become. Success is about taking responsibility for the little things. Many people ignore small details, believing they don't matter. But champions know that attention to small tasks leads to mastery. They take pride in doing the little things well. Every major transformation starts with small wins. If you want to change your life, don't wait for a dramatic breakthrough. Start with tiny, consistent improvements and watch as they compound into something extraordinary. Small wins teach you resilience. When you focus on daily progress, setbacks don't feel like failures. Instead of quitting, you learn to adjust and keep going. Resilience is built through daily persistence. The path to mastery is paved with tiny victories. No one becomes an expert overnight. The best musicians, athletes, and entrepreneurs become great by mastering small improvements daily. Progress happens in the small moments that no one sees. The world sees the results, but they don't see the late nights, early mornings, or the tiny efforts that created success. What you do when no one is watching determines your outcome. If you stay consistent with small wins, you can't fail. It may take longer than expected, and the progress may be slow, but as long as you keep showing up, success is inevitable. Small wins lead to big breakthroughs. Many people think breakthroughs come from sudden moments of genius, but in reality, they come from years of small, repeated actions. Success is not about one giant leap. It's about the small, daily wins that stack up over time. If you commit to showing up every day, improving just a little, and refusing to quit, you will achieve results beyond what you thought was possible. Focus on small wins today, and the big wins will follow. Small wins create a success mindset. When you focus on small victories, you train your brain to see progress instead of failure. This builds confidence and creates a mindset that sees obstacles as temporary and manageable. A positive mindset leads to greater long-term success. The key to consistency is celebrating small wins. Many people quit because they don't feel like they're making progress. But when you take time to recognize and celebrate small achievements, you reinforce the habit of consistency. Every small win is proof that you're moving forward. Your brain is wired to seek progress. The human brain thrives on progress. Even small improvements release dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good. This means the more small wins you achieve, the more motivated you become. Small wins reduce fear and self-doubt. When you break big challenges into smaller steps, they feel less intimidating. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you develop the confidence to keep going. Big goals feel possible when you focus on one step at a time. Repetition of small wins turns effort into habit. At first, taking small steps requires effort, but when repeated daily, these actions become automatic. What once felt difficult becomes a natural part of who you are. Small wins make you unstoppable. When you prove to yourself that you can consistently achieve small victories, you develop an unshakable belief in your ability to succeed. That belief turns into unstoppable momentum. Big results come from daily choices. Success isn't about a single breakthrough. It's about the tiny choices you make every day. What you do consistently is more important than what you do occasionally. Growth happens in the moments you least expect. Some of your most important progress will happen when you don't even realize it. The small daily improvements accumulate quietly, and one day you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Daily wins eliminate procrastination. When you focus on taking small steps, you remove the pressure of perfection. This makes it easier to start tasks instead of putting them off. Progress is always better than waiting for the perfect moment. The best way to stay motivated is to keep winning. When you achieve small victories, you feel motivated to keep going. Success fuels more success. Momentum builds naturally when you prioritize small, consistent improvements. Small wins prevent burnout. Many people fail because they push too hard too fast. By focusing on gradual improvement instead of massive leaps, you make success sustainable. Progress should feel exciting, not exhausting. Mastery is built through tiny refinements. The world's top performers aren't successful because of one big breakthrough. They get better through constant small refinements in their craft. Excellence is built by improving a little every day. Success is about stacking small wins over time. Think of every small win as a brick. Alone, it may not seem significant, but when stacked over time, it builds a solid foundation. Your daily efforts are constructing something greater than you can see right now. When you focus on small wins, failure loses its power. If you're only aiming for big achievements, failure feels like a major setback. But when your goal is to make progress every day, setbacks become minor and temporary. You can't fail as long as you keep improving. Small wins an unshakable self-trust that makes future success inevitable. The key to long-term success is consistency, not intensity. Many people start strong but burn out. The ones who succeed are those who commit to steady, small improvements. Small, daily effort beats occasional bursts of intensity. You don't need to see results immediately to know progress is happening. Some improvements take time to become visible, but just like planting a seed, daily effort eventually leads to visible growth. Trust the process, even when results aren't instant. The secret to mastery is hidden in the small details. Those who achieve greatness are obsessed with refining the small things. Whether in business, sports, or personal development, paying attention to small improvements separates the average from the elite. Small wins build the discipline needed for big achievements. If you can commit to improving just 1% each day, you develop the discipline to sustain long-term success. The ability to follow through daily is what leads to massive transformation. Your daily habits create your future identity. Every time you take action, you reinforce a version of yourself. If you consistently take small steps towards success, you are shaping yourself into a person who wins. Your identity is built by your daily choices. The power of small wins is that they never stop adding up. Unlike motivation, which fades, the results of daily effort continue to compound over time. The more you commit to small wins, the bigger your ultimate success becomes. Small daily wins may not seem significant in the moment, but they are the foundation of all success. If you stay committed to daily progress, no matter how small, you will create results beyond your expectations. The most successful people in the world didn't get there overnight. They got there by showing up every day and stacking small wins until they became unstoppable. Start today, keep going, and trust that every small step is leading to something great. Chapter 14. Surrounding yourself with the right environment. Your environment shapes your mindset, habits, and ultimately your success. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your environment. If you want to achieve greatness, you must surround yourself with people, places, and influences that support your growth. Success is not just about personal effort, it's about the environment that nurtures it. Even the most disciplined individuals struggle in a negative, uninspiring, or distracting environment. If you want to change your life, start by changing what surrounds you. The people around you influence your actions more than you realize. Studies show that we adopt the habits, mindset, and even income levels of those closest to us. If you spend time with people who lack discipline, you will struggle to stay consistent. Choose your circle wisely. You need to be in an environment that challenges you to grow. If you're always the most ambitious, hardest working person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Be around people who inspire you, push you, and force you to level up. Negative people drain your energy and limit your potential. If the people around you complain, make excuses, or discourage you, their mindset will rub off on you. Distance yourself from negativity and surround yourself with those who push forward. A powerful environment makes good habits effortless. If your goal is to read more, keep books within reach. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your home. Make success easy by structuring your surroundings to support your goals. Your digital environment matters too. The content you consume, whether on social media, YouTube, or news sources, shapes your thinking. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity or distractions, your focus and motivation will suffer. Filter what you allow into your mind. Find mentors, even if they're virtual. You don't need to personally know high achievers to learn from them. Read their books, listen to their podcasts, and study their strategies. Your mind adapts to the knowledge you expose it to. Upgrade your physical space to match your ambitions. A cluttered, chaotic environment leads to a cluttered, chaotic mind. Organize your workspace, design a place for focus, and create a space that fuels creativity and discipline. A strong environment reinforces self-discipline. If your surroundings make distractions easy, you will struggle to stay consistent. But if your environment supports your priorities, discipline becomes second nature. Make focus effortless by designing your space for success. Your environment should energize you, not drain you. If a place, job, or routine makes you feel uninspired, find ways to shift your surroundings. Your energy levels are deeply connected to where you spend your time. The right environment attracts the right opportunities. When you put yourself in spaces where ambitious, successful people gather, opportunities naturally arise. Your surroundings determine the doors that open for you. Peer pressure works both ways. Many people think of peer pressure negatively, but it can also be positive. When you surround yourself with people who are disciplined and focused, you'll feel inspired to match their energy. Let the right kind of pressure push you forward. Eliminate toxic relationships that hold you back. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. If someone constantly discourages you, belittles your dreams, or brings negativity, it may be time to set boundaries. Your future is too important to waste in the wrong company. Join groups, communities, or networks that align with your goals. Success is easier when you're surrounded by like-minded individuals who encourage growth. Find a mastermind, a business group, or an accountability partner to keep you on track. Your environment includes your habits, routines, and daily rituals. If your mornings are chaotic and unplanned, your day will reflect that. Establish routines that create structure, productivity, and focus. Make your environment a reflection of your future, not your past. If you want to become a high achiever, your surroundings should reflect that. Upgrade your workspace, invest in learning, and spend time with people who align with your vision. You cannot outperform a negative environment. No matter how strong your willpower, if your surroundings constantly pull you down, you will struggle. Success becomes easier when you are in the right environment. Your environment is a silent force that shapes your destiny. Every day it either moves you closer to success or keeps you stuck. Be intentional about who and what you allow in your space. Changing your environment is one of the fastest ways to change your life. If you feel stuck, uninspired, or off track, don't just push harder. Change what surrounds you. A new environment creates new energy, motivation, and results. The key to long-term success is not just willpower, it's creating an environment that makes success inevitable. Your surroundings shape your focus, habits, and mindset more than you realize. If you want to change your life, start by changing your environment. Put yourself in spaces that push you forward, surround yourself with people who inspire you, and create an atmosphere that fuels success. When you do that, consistency becomes easy, and your goals become reality. You become what you repeatedly expose yourself to. If you surround yourself with excellence, hard work, and ambition, you will naturally absorb those qualities. If you are constantly around negativity, laziness, and doubt, those traits will slowly influence your behavior. Your environment is shaping you, whether you realize it or not. A strong environment builds mental toughness. When you're surrounded by people who push past obstacles and refuse to quit, you start doing the same. You see resilience as normal. Being in the right environment strengthens your ability to handle challenges. Upgrade your conversations. The topics you discuss daily shape your mindset. If your conversations revolve around complaints, gossip, and excuses, your thinking will follow. But if you discuss goals, strategies, and growth, you will naturally elevate your mindset. Your words reflect and reinforce your environment. Your energy is a reflection of your surroundings. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with certain people or being in a particular place? That's because environments either fuel your energy or drain it. Be intentional about where you spend your time. The right environment accelerates success. Many people struggle with progress because their surroundings slow them down. But when you place yourself in an environment that fosters growth, everything moves faster. Success happens naturally when you are in the right place. Change your environment before trying to change yourself. If you constantly struggle with discipline, motivation, or focus, look at your surroundings first. Instead of blaming yourself for lacking willpower, ask, is my environment setting me up to win? Your environment should reinforce your goals. If you want to read more, keep books visible. If you want to exercise consistently, have workout clothes ready. Your surroundings should make success easier, not harder. The people in your life either inspire you or distract you. Every person around you is either helping you grow or holding you back. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with people. Do they make you more motivated or less? Create an environment that eliminates excuses. If distractions, temptations, or negative influences make consistency difficult, remove them. The fewer obstacles in your environment, the easier it is to stay committed. Set yourself up for success by designing your surroundings intentionally. Be where high achievers are. If you want to be successful, put yourself in environments where ambitious people gather. Conferences, masterminds, online communities, and industry events. Being around people who think big makes you think bigger. Your habits are a reflection of your environment. If you are struggling with unhealthy habits, look at your surroundings. Junk food in the kitchen, distractions in your workspace, or a negative social circle can all reinforce bad behaviors. Change your environment, and your habits will follow. Your workspace matters. Whether you work at home, in an office, or at a cafe, your workspace impacts your focus and productivity. Cluttered, noisy, or distracting spaces kill efficiency. Organize your environment to encourage deep focus. The right environment makes success feel normal. If you're surrounded by people who view success as rare or difficult, you may subconsciously adopt that belief. But when you're in a community where winning is expected, you start seeing success as a natural outcome. Your environment determines how you react to setbacks. If the people around you quit easily, you may feel justified in giving up when things get tough. But if you're surrounded by people who push through adversity, you'll be inspired to do the same. Who you spend time with influences how you handle failure. Design an environment that minimizes distractions. Social media, TV, and unnecessary clutter steal your attention. If focus is a challenge, simplify your space. Create an environment where deep work is easier than distraction. Your morning routine sets the tone for your day. The first things you see, hear, and do in the morning affect your mindset. If you start your day with negativity, stress, or distractions, it carries into the rest of your day. Craft a morning environment that energizes and prepares you for success. Limit your time in toxic environments. You may not always have control over your workplace, home, or social settings, but you can minimize exposure to negativity. If you can't change your environment completely, spend more time in places that uplift you. Who you admire shapes your behavior. If you constantly look up to people who prioritize discipline, growth, and resilience, you'll adopt those qualities. Choose your role models wisely. Surround yourself with success, even if it's through books and online content. Your digital environment matters just as much as your physical one. If your social media feeds, podcasts, and online communities are filled with negativity, distraction, or drama, it will affect your mindset. Curate a digital environment that inspires and educates you. Your environment should reinforce action, not just ideas. Motivation is great, but without execution, it means nothing. Be in places that encourage real action, where people don't just talk about success, but actually make it happen. Surround yourself with doers, not just dreamers. Never underestimate the power of a single change. Sometimes, changing one part of your environment, who you spend time with, where you work, or how you start your day, can create a ripple effect that transforms your entire life. A small environmental shift can lead to massive growth. Your environment is either lifting you up or pulling you down. There is no in-between. If you want to reach your full potential, you must actively shape your surroundings. Be where success happens. Surround yourself with ambitious people. Eliminate distractions. Make your environment support your growth. When your surroundings are designed for success, consistency becomes natural and greatness becomes inevitable. Chapter 15. The Mindset Shift That Changes Everything. Success, happiness, and personal growth are not just about what you do. They are about how you think. Your mindset determines how you approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. One powerful mindset shift can transform your entire life. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that something is impossible, your mind will find ways to prove you right. But if you believe that you can figure things out, your mind will search for solutions. Your reality follows your beliefs. A growth mindset versus a fixed mindset is the difference between success and failure. A fixed mindset says, I'm either good at something or I'm not. A growth mindset says, I can get better with effort. The people who succeed in life are not the most talented. They are the ones who believe in continuous improvement. The shift from I have to I get to changes everything. When you see your work, responsibilities, and challenges as burdens, they drain your energy. But when you see them as opportunities, they become exciting. Gratitude transforms struggles into privileges. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than most people have even tried. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as a necessary step toward growth. Every failure is a lesson that brings you closer to success. Stop waiting for motivation. Act first. Many people believe they need to feel motivated before taking action. But the truth is, action creates motivation. When you take even a small step, momentum follows. You are not your past. Many people hold themselves back because of past mistakes, failures, or circumstances. But the past only defines you if you allow it to. You have the power to rewrite your story, starting today. The most powerful mindset shift is taking 100% responsibility. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, people, or luck, you take full control of your life. Successful people don't wait for things to change. They take action. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities for growth. Every time you face a problem, you have two choices: complain about it or learn from it. The strongest people are not the ones who avoid challenges. They are the ones who embrace them. Scarcity versus abundance thinking determines your success. A scarcity mindset believes success is limited and fears losing what it has. An abundance mindset believes opportunities are endless and focuses on creating more. Your mindset determines whether you grow or stay stuck. You don't need permission to go after what you want. Many people wait for approval, the right time, or a sign to take action. But the truth is, no one is coming to save you. The sooner you take responsibility for your success, the faster you'll achieve it. Progress matters more than perfection. Many people never start because they fear making mistakes. But perfection is an illusion. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait for the perfect moment. Discomfort is a sign of growth. If you always feel comfortable, it means you're not challenging yourself. The best opportunities are usually on the other side of fear. Learn to embrace discomfort as a sign that you're leveling up. Your thoughts are not facts. Challenge them. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Doubts, fears, and negative thoughts are often lies. Your mind tells you to keep you in your comfort zone. Learn to question your thoughts instead of accepting them. Reframing problems into possibilities shifts your entire outlook. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," say, "This is a challenge that will make me stronger." Instead of saying, "I don't know how," say, "I will figure it out." Your words shape your reality. Success is not about luck, it's about consistency. Many people believe that successful people got lucky. But the truth is, behind every overnight success are years of effort, discipline, and persistence. The key to success is staying consistent, even when you don't feel like it. Stop seeking approval from others. If you constantly worry about what people think, you will never take risks, speak your truth, or chase your dreams. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by playing it safe. Live for your own approval, not for others. Gratitude is the ultimate mindset shift. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you attract. Complaining focuses on what's missing, but gratitude focuses on what's possible. A grateful mind is a powerful mind. You don't have to feel confident to act confidently. Many people wait until they feel ready to take action, but confidence comes from doing, not waiting. Take action first, and confidence will follow. Your environment feeds your mindset. Choose wisely. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and distractions, your mindset will reflect that. But if you immerse yourself in inspiration, ambition, and discipline, your mindset will rise to match it. Your surroundings shape your thoughts. Be intentional about what you expose yourself to. The biggest mindset shift is realizing that you are in control. No one else is responsible for your happiness, success, or future. The moment you fully accept that, everything changes. You stop waiting, stop blaming, and start creating the life you want. Mindset is everything. Your thoughts, beliefs, and perspective shape your reality more than any external factor. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who think differently. When you shift your mindset, you shift your entire life. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. Two people can experience the same situation. One sees failure, the other sees opportunity. How you interpret life's events determines whether you rise or stay stuck. You always have a choice. No matter what happens, you control how you respond. Many people feel powerless because they focus on what they can't change. But real power comes from shifting your focus to what you can control. Growth begins when you stop fearing discomfort. The greatest rewards in life come from stepping into the unknown. The moment you accept that discomfort is part of growth, you stop avoiding challenges and start seeking them. Your words program your brain. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," your brain will look for evidence to support that belief. But if you say, "I'm learning and improving," your mind will work in your favor. Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a friend. Your identity shapes your results. If you see yourself as undisciplined, lazy, or unworthy, your actions will match that belief. But if you identify as someone who is driven, focused, and capable, you will naturally take action that aligns with that identity. Every obstacle is a chance to become stronger. The world's most successful people weren't handed easy lives. They learned to turn challenges into opportunities. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Fixed mindsets keep you stuck. Growth mindsets set you free. People with fixed mindsets believe their abilities are limited. Growth-minded people understand that everything can be developed: skills, intelligence, resilience, and even confidence. Your past does not define your future. Many people let their past mistakes, failures, or upbringing dictate their potential. But history does not equal destiny. You can change your story anytime you decide to. Progress is better than perfection. The world is full of people waiting for the perfect time to start. But perfection is a myth. The only way to get better at something is to start messy and refine along the way. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Many people stress over not being successful enough compared to others. But comparison is a trap. Your journey is unique, and the only competition that matters is the one with yourself. Hard work doesn't guarantee success, but a weak mindset guarantees failure. Plenty of people work hard but never reach their potential because they don't believe they can. Hard work plus the right mindset is what creates breakthroughs. Let go of excuses. Take full responsibility for your results. The moment you stop blaming others, your past, or your circumstances, you reclaim control over your life. Excuses keep you weak, but responsibility makes you powerful. Stop focusing on what you lack. Use what you have. Many people delay success because they think they need more money, knowledge, or resources. But the truth is, you have everything you need to start right now. The most successful people are not fearless. They take action despite fear. Fear is a natural part of growth. The difference between winners and those who stay stuck is that winners feel fear and do it anyway. Challenges are tests. Pass them and you level up. Every time you overcome a hardship, you unlock a new version of yourself. You don't just get through challenges, you grow through them. Your habits shape your destiny. No one succeeds by accident. The people who win in life follow routines that support their goals. If your daily habits don't align with the future you want, it's time to change them. You don't need to be motivated, you need to be disciplined. Motivation is temporary, but discipline lasts a lifetime. The people who succeed are the ones who take action, even on the days they don't feel like it. Shift from thinking to doing. Many people stay stuck because they overthink instead of taking action. Thinking about success is useless unless it leads to execution. Stop analyzing, start doing. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. If you constantly allow negative self-talk, your mind will work against you. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions, growth, and possibilities, your mind becomes your greatest asset. Stop waiting for permission to go after what you want. No one is going to hand you success. No one is coming to save you. You have to take the initiative and create the life you want. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your mindset. Some people see only problems, while others see opportunities. How you view the world determines what you experience in it. Your mindset is the foundation of everything. When you shift how you think, everything else changes. Success, growth, happiness, and resilience all start in the mind. The way you see challenges, setbacks, and opportunities will determine the life you create. Adopt the right mindset, and nothing will be able to stop you. Chapter 16. The Secret to Lifelong Consistency. Consistency is the foundation of all success. It's not the people who start the strongest that win. It's the ones who keep going no matter what. Lifelong consistency is the difference between temporary results and lasting success. Motivation fades, but consistency remains. Many people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. The key to long-term success is developing habits that don't rely on how you feel. Your habits determine your future. The life you have right now is a reflection of your daily habits. If you want different results, don't change your goals. Change your habits. Consistency is built one day at a time. Many people quit because they think long-term success requires big leaps. But the truth is, small daily actions create massive results over time. The biggest threat to consistency is waiting for the right time. People delay taking action because they believe they need better circumstances, more resources, or a perfect plan. But the right time never comes. The right time is always now. Discipline is the key to consistency. The most successful people are not the ones who always feel like working hard. They are the ones who show up anyway. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Track your progress to stay accountable. It's easy to feel like you're not making progress when you don't measure it. Use a habit tracker, journal, or checklist to monitor your consistency. Seeing progress makes you want to continue. Remove distractions before they break your streak. Many people struggle with consistency because they allow unnecessary distractions. Social media, TV, and endless scrolling are consistency killers. Protect your time and energy. Make consistency part of your identity. Instead of saying, "I want to be consistent," say, "I am someone who follows through." The way you see yourself influences your actions. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Many people quit because they miss a day or make a mistake, but perfection isn't required. Persistence is. If you fall off track, get back up immediately. Consistency compounds over time. Each small action may not seem like much in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, they add up to something extraordinary. Trust the process. Your environment should make consistency easier. If your surroundings encourage distraction or laziness, you will struggle. But if your environment is set up for success, consistency becomes natural. Design your space to support your goals. Make commitments, not excuses. Successful people don't allow excuses to stop them. They find solutions. If something is important to you, commit to it fully. Accountability increases consistency. Find an accountability partner, join a community, or publicly commit to your goals. Knowing that someone is checking on your progress makes you more likely to follow through. Create a non-negotiable routine. The easiest way to be consistent is to make certain habits automatic. Just like brushing your teeth, some actions should become part of your day, no matter what. Take small steps on difficult days. Life will get in the way sometimes. Instead of skipping a habit entirely, do a smaller version. If you can't do a full workout, do 5 minutes. If you can't read a full chapter, read 1 page. Something is always better than nothing. Remind yourself why you started. When you feel like giving up, go back to your reasons. What's at stake if you quit? What will you gain if you stay consistent? Keep your vision clear. Your mind will try to convince you to quit. Ignore it. Some days, your brain will tell you to skip the work, delay progress, or take it easy. Recognize these thoughts as resistance, not truth. Push through anyway. Avoid the all-or-nothing trap. Some people believe if they can't do something perfectly, they shouldn't do it at all. But real success comes from consistent effort, not perfect execution. Lifelong consistency requires patience. Many people give up because they expect results too soon. But the most valuable things in life, health, wealth, skills, and mastery, take time. Stay committed for the long run. You are in control of your consistency. No one else is responsible for your follow-through. It's up to you to decide whether you stay committed or give up. The choice is yours. Will you keep going or make excuses? Consistency is the ultimate superpower. It's not about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. If you master consistency, you will achieve things beyond what you ever imagined. Start today. Stay committed, and never stop growing. Consistency is built in the moments when you want to quit. The real test isn't when things are easy. It's when you feel tired, discouraged, or uninspired. Pushing through those moments is what separates winners from those who give up. Your emotions are temporary, but consistency builds permanent results. Some days you'll feel motivated, and other days you won't. But your results aren't built on emotions. They're built on actions. Train yourself to take action regardless of how you feel. Success is the reward for those who refuse to stop. The people who achieve their dreams aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're simply the ones who kept showing up long after everyone else quit. Every action you take reinforces your identity. When you skip a habit, you reinforce the idea that you're inconsistent. But when you follow through, even in small ways, you reinforce the belief that you are disciplined and committed. You become what you repeatedly do. The best way to stay consistent is to remove unnecessary decisions. If you have to think about whether or not to do something, you're more likely to skip it. Make your habits automatic by building them into your daily routine. Success isn't about speed, it's about endurance. Many people start fast but burn out quickly. But real success is about staying in the game for years, not days. The longer you stay consistent, the greater your results will be. Your mind will always look for an excuse. Ignore it. The brain is designed to avoid discomfort. It will tell you to procrastinate, delay, or skip a task. But you are in control. Train yourself to act despite your thoughts. Stay focused on the process, not just the outcome. Many people lose consistency because they don't see instant results. But success isn't about one big breakthrough. It's about the cumulative effect of small actions over time. Consistency builds trust in yourself. When you keep promises to yourself, you develop confidence. But when you constantly break your own commitments, you weaken your self-belief. Trust yourself by showing up daily. Avoid distractions disguised as progress. Many people fill their time with busy work instead of meaningful action. Checking emails, scrolling social media, or watching motivational videos can feel productive, but real progress comes from execution, not consumption. The secret to lifelong consistency is learning how to restart. You will miss days, you will have setbacks, but the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is that successful people don't let one missed day turn into a missed week. Consistency turns hard things into effortless habits. What seems difficult at first becomes second nature over time. The more you repeat something, the less effort it requires. Stay consistent until your habits become automatic. Make your environment support your consistency. If you want to eat healthier, keep junk food out of your house. If you want to work out, leave your gym clothes where you can see them. Your surroundings should make success easier, not harder. Learn to embrace boredom. The secret to long-term success is being able to repeat the same things over and over without losing interest. Consistency is not about excitement, it's about discipline. You don't need to do everything, just be consistent with the essentials. Many people overwhelm themselves by trying to do too much. Instead of chasing every strategy, focus on a few key actions that truly matter and do them consistently. Commit to showing up even when progress feels slow. Some days, your work will feel invisible. You won't always see immediate results. But success isn't about seeing progress every day. It's about trusting that your efforts will pay off in the long run. Consistency creates unstoppable momentum. At first, staying disciplined feels hard. But over time, as your actions compound, progress becomes easier. What once required effort will become effortless. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated. Lifelong consistency doesn't mean waiting for a big breakthrough. It means acknowledging and appreciating every small step forward. Never let a bad day turn into a bad habit. Everyone has bad days, but the key is to bounce back quickly. The longer you stay off track, the harder it is to regain momentum. Your future self is watching. Every action you take today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. Make choices that your future self will thank you for. The key to lifelong consistency is simple. Keep going. No matter what happens, no matter how many setbacks you face, the most important thing you can do is never quit. Lifelong consistency is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, adjusting when needed, and refusing to stop. The people who win in life are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never quit. Stay committed, trust the process, and keep taking action, because the most powerful thing you can do is keep going. The hardest part of consistency is getting started. Once you begin a habit, continuing it becomes easier. The key is to take that first step every day, no matter how small. Start and momentum will follow. Discipline is what remains when motivation disappears. Many people rely on feeling inspired to take action, but real success comes from pushing through even when you don't feel like it. Your ability to act despite your mood is what sets you apart. A single day of effort may seem small, but compounded over time, it becomes unstoppable. One workout won't make you fit, and one study session won't make you an expert. But repeat those actions daily, and the results will be undeniable. Consistency turns small steps into massive transformations. Your results are a reflection of your daily choices. It's not about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do every single day. Excellence is built in the small, consistent actions that no one sees. Remove friction between you and your habits. If something is difficult to start, you'll find reasons to skip it. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Keep your journal next to your bed. Make the right choice the easy choice. Your brain loves routine. Use it to your advantage. Once a habit is established, it requires less willpower to maintain. The key is to repeat an action long enough for it to become automatic. Success is predictable when you stay consistent. You don't have to hope or guess if you'll succeed. If you take the right actions consistently, results will come. Persistence guarantees progress. Don't chase intensity, chase consistency. Many people start strong but burn out quickly. It's better to show up every day at 50% effort than to go all out for a few days and quit. Sustainable effort beats short bursts of motivation. Your mindset controls your ability to stay consistent. If you believe success is about talent, you'll give up when things get hard. But if you believe in progress through effort, you'll keep going. A strong mindset fuels lifelong consistency. Track your habits to create accountability. Seeing a record of your progress helps you stay committed. Whether it's a habit tracker, a journal, or a simple checklist, monitoring your actions keeps you on track. Give yourself permission to do things imperfectly. Many people quit because they feel they're not doing something well enough. But done is better than perfect. Show up consistently, even if it's messy. Every time you stay consistent, you build self-trust. The more you follow through on your commitments, the more you believe in yourself. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you earn through action. Your habits should align with your long-term vision. If your daily actions don't support your goals, you'll never reach them. Consistency means making choices today that benefit your future self. Consistency reduces stress. When you have a solid routine, you don't waste energy making decisions. You already know what needs to be done, which removes uncertainty and mental fatigue. A structured life leads to peace of mind. Your environment should make consistency automatic. If you want to read more, surround yourself with books. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your home. Design your surroundings to support your habits. Don't let short-term discomfort make you quit a long-term goal. Some days will be hard. Some days you won't feel like making progress. But quitting guarantees failure. Push through, even when it's uncomfortable. Your success is built in the invisible moments. No one sees the early mornings, the late nights, or the quiet effort behind the scenes. But those small daily actions determine your destiny. Work in silence and let success make the noise. Set clear rules for yourself. If you say, "I'll exercise when I have time," you won't stay consistent. But if you say, "I work out every morning at 7 a.m., you remove uncertainty. Structure makes consistency easier. Stay patient. Real success takes time. Many people quit because they don't see results fast enough. But progress isn't always visible right away. Trust that every action is adding up, even if you can't see it yet. Excuses and consistency cannot coexist. Either you commit to showing up, or you find reasons not to. Make a decision to prioritize progress over comfort. If you miss a day, don't miss two. Life happens, and you won't always be perfect. But one missed day isn't failure. Giving up is. Get back on track immediately and keep moving forward. Lifelong consistency is not about talent, luck, or even motivation. It's about daily discipline, smart habits, and refusing to quit. Success is a choice that is made every day. Choose to show up, choose to persist, and choose to stay committed. Because in the end, consistency wins every time. The biggest breakthroughs come from staying consistent when nothing seems to be happening. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. But true success is built during the quiet, invisible moments of effort. Stay patient and trust the process. Repetition is the mother of mastery. The more you repeat an action, the better you become at it. Skills, discipline, and success are all built through daily practice. Every small action repeated consistently compounds into greatness. Your future self is being shaped by what you do today. If you want to be healthier, wealthier, or more skilled in the future, you must plant the seeds today. Every action is an investment in the person you are becoming. Remove the "I'll start tomorrow" mindset. Procrastination is the enemy of consistency. If you keep delaying your goals, you'll wake up years later with regret. Start now, no matter how small. Don't let emotions dictate your consistency. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or discouraged. But discipline means taking action despite how you feel. Emotions are temporary, but consistency builds lasting success. Find joy in the process, not just the outcome. If you only focus on results, you'll get frustrated when progress is slow. Instead, learn to love the journey, the daily habits, the small wins, the personal growth. Happiness comes from progress, not just achievement. Avoid burnout by balancing consistency with rest. Consistency doesn't mean working non-stop. It means showing up regularly in a way that is sustainable. Rest when needed, but never quit. Your mind will always try to convince you to quit. Ignore it. Your brain naturally seeks comfort and avoidance of effort. When resistance shows up, recognize it for what it is, an excuse. Push through it and keep going. Success is about who stays in the game the longest. Many people start strong, but give up too soon. The real winners are the ones who simply refuse to quit. Consistency over time is the ultimate success formula. Small progress each day leads to unstoppable momentum. At first, effort feels slow and difficult, but the longer you stay consistent, the easier it becomes. What once felt impossible will one day feel effortless. Make failure a part of your consistency. Many people stop because they experience setbacks, but failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Keep showing up, learning, and adjusting. Have a clear why to stay consistent. If your reason for taking action is weak, you'll give up easily. But if your reason is strong, health, freedom, family, personal growth, you'll find a way to stay committed. Your why fuels your consistency. Master the art of starting. The hardest part of any task is beginning. But once you start, momentum kicks in. Commit to just 5 minutes, and you'll often find yourself doing more. Eliminate distractions that kill consistency. Social media, TV, and unproductive habits can derail progress. Create a structured environment that makes it easy to stay on track. Make success the default, not the exception. Believe in long-term results, even when you can't see them. Many great achievements started with no visible progress. Success works in the background, accumulating over time. Trust that every small action is adding up. Self-discipline is your greatest weapon. The ability to control your actions, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates high achievers from everyone else. Train yourself to take action regardless of your emotions. The easiest way to stay consistent is to remove decision-making. If you decide every day whether or not to take action, you'll eventually skip. Instead, turn habits into automatic routines. Make consistency a rule, not a choice. Track your streaks to reinforce momentum. Seeing how many days in a row you've followed through on a habit makes it harder to break the chain. Progress tracking makes consistency rewarding. Success is a series of boring, repeated actions. Many people quit because the process feels repetitive, but repetition is how mastery is built. Learn to embrace the boring work, because that's what leads to extraordinary results. Turn obstacles into challenges, not excuses. Life will get in the way. Work, stress, and responsibilities will make consistency difficult. But instead of using these as excuses, see them as challenges to overcome. Adjust when needed, but never stop. The moment you stop making excuses, everything changes. Excuses keep you stuck. They make inconsistency feel justified. But once you decide to stop making excuses and take full responsibility, your entire life will transform. Consistency is a choice. Choose to show up. The secret to lifelong consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about staying committed no matter what. It's about taking action even when you don't feel like it, pushing through resistance, and refusing to quit. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who always get back up. Make consistency your superpower, and there will be no limit to what you can achieve. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching. The difference between success and failure is not talent or luck. It's the ability to stay committed when others quit. You now have the tools to train your mind, build discipline, and create unstoppable habits. But knowledge alone won't change your life. Action will. So starting today, make a commitment to yourself. No more excuses, no more waiting for the right time. Force yourself to be consistent and watch your life transform.